Right now, we won't bother with that. The question number 5, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr. Speaker, my question to the Prime Minister asks, did MediaWorks have discussions with him in relation to their application for a deferment of their radio broadcasting license fees? If so, what was the outcome?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce on behalf of the Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Prime Minister, I have had no formal meetings with the Board, senior management or representatives of MediaWorks to discuss their radio broadcasting licence fee. On one occasion in 2009, I ran into a Mr Brent Impey at a social event in Auckland where he briefly raised the issue with me. I passed his comments on to the responsible minister.
The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Subject question. Did one Stephen Joyce present a paper to Cabinet on October 12, 2009 proposing the deferred payment scheme, given that both the Ministry of Economic Development and the Treasury advised that the Joyce scheme would expose the government to unnecessary financial risk? In short, why did the deal go ahead?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Prime Minister, I'm sure the member is aware that Cabinet makes its decisions on a weekly basis. I would point out that the matter he refers to was subject of a government announcement on 22nd of October 2009.
Point of order, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
I asked whether the Prime Minister was aware of one Stephen Joyce presenting a Cabinet paper to Cabinet on October 12, 2009. Could we have an answer to that?
No, sadly the member didn't finish his question there. He then asked why did the proposal go ahead, and that's the bit the Minister answered. No, order.
Could I have an answer to at least one question?
Order. He answered the last part of the question. The member asked why it went ahead, and if I heard the Minister correctly, he said because Cabinet decided it should. And that's a perfectly proper answer to the question. Point of order, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
I put the rider on it, given that the Economic Development and Treasury Departments advised against it. Then why? We've had an answer to neither question.
Order. Well, forgive me. In my view, the Minister answered it. He said because Cabinet decided, and Cabinets often, in my experience, decide on matters contrary to advice from all sorts of departments, and that was the Minister's answer. Supplementary question, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Has he received any reports regarding the financial trouble of GR Media, the parent company of MediaWorks, which recently posted a $305 million loss, and is he concerned about how this will impact on MediaWorks' ability to pay back tens of millions of dollars of hard-earned taxpayers' dollars?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Prime Minister, no, and I suggest that if he wants the specifics in this matter, he might put it down to the responsible minister. But I am aware that this particular payment is completely up to date.
The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Well, what responsibility does he intend to take, or that of Stephen Joyce? What does he intend to take as a Prime Minister extract from him, if this company goes belly up, as the market says it is, and tens of millions of dollars is lost to New Zealand taxpayer despite his mates' rates arrangements?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Prime Minister, I tried to draw the member's attention to the government announcement on 22nd of October 2009, and perhaps if I quote a couple of things from it in relation to the matter that the member raises. Firstly, it was made clear that this is a commercial arrangement that was entered into at the time that was to allow the whole radio industry with some short-term flexibility of payment terms, given the very prominent at that stage global financial crisis. It was available to all companies which had renewals falling at the time of the height of the GFC.
Point of order.
Point of order, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
I seek to table a paper that sets out that the whole of the industry about which Mr Joyce speaks is $300,000 to the rest of the industry, and the rest of $4.3 million to his mates.
Could the member identify the document?
Well, I'll get it from the library shortly.
No order. No order. We don't.
Library shortly. I've got time.
No order. No order. We no longer seek leave to table documents that don't exist. Point of order, the Honourable David.
I thought that the point the member was making, the Right Honourable Winston Peters, was that the document exists. I thought under standing orders we had until the end of play to table documents that we could seek leave to...
Order. We're not going to play around with the standing order at all. In this House it used to happen, leave was sought to table documents that didn't exist. and we're not going to have members seeking leave to table documents and then that don't exist and then going to the library to try and assemble a document that might match that. Point of order, the right honourable Winston.
Mr. Speaker, that was respect. I've seen the document. That's why I know the figures, but I haven't got it with me, and I thought it was in my papers today, which was a bit remiss of myself and not getting it here. All I'm saying is I know there exists. A point of order has been sought. Now, Speaker, I must take the member at his word. The member says he has seen this document, and therefore he's telling the House the document exists. Leave is sought for that, for the tabling of that document. Is there any objection? The document is a document from the library. The member needs to be able to tell the House what the document is. Let me just say, my research got the information, I believe, I'm certain, from the library. That's where I got the figures already. I mean, these are not hidden, they're known. The government actually made the report of a given day.
No, order. Now the member's debating. No, seeking leave to table documents is a very precise operation. I think we do not know enough about this document for me to seriously seek leave from the House. Question number 6, Jonathan Young.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Energy and